Good morning. What a morning. So, running late today. I overslept last night. Ugh. Anywho, if you watch my stories, you'll see why I'm late. It's because I could not find my laptop. We did a lot of unpacking and moving things around yesterday so we could put the tree up. And very exciting to do that, except for our tree is a million years old. And we say every year, this is the last year, we're not using this tree again. And so we said the same thing this year. We were gonna buy a new tree, and then it came down to it. Don't want to spend the money right now, and had so many other things that we could be doing. We're like, we'll just use the old tree and we'll buy a new one for next year. Like an hour and a half into trying to fix the lights on the old tree and then trying to rip them off so we could just put new ones on, and then doing the math of how much it would cost to put new lights on, we're like, done. Drug it out to the road. Like, I think I heard taps playing in the background. Like, it's dead. It's gone. So the hubs and I thought, I thought, and the hubs went along with it. Let's go get a tree. So we went out shopping last night, and it took me forever because I found one I wanted immediately, but I found ones that were cheaper. So then I was like going back and forth, save money, get the tree I want, save money, get the tree I want. So anywho, we ended up getting a tree last night, setting it up, sitting down and watching a movie with the girls, realizing, oh my gosh, it is way past my bedtime. And then it was really hard to get out of bed. And then I get out of bed and I can't find my laptop anywhere, like anywhere. Finally found it. We just had done unpacked and moved things and it was just chaos. So I'm here. Good morning. We have 7 minutes till the first sprint, so lots of chatty time. If you're in the middle of a writing sprint or still writing, just mute me because I just came on here to like vent about my morning so far. What I'm not venting about though is my coffee, because we went to Michael's because they had half off Christmas trees. They didn't have anything we wanted, but they had half off Christmas trees. Michael's in our area, one of them is right next to a Marshall's. And I'm like, well, we gotta go into Marshall's. I mean, I got to. So we went in there and they had the coffee flavorings that I like that are sugar free, and they had a gazillion of them. So I have one of my favorites, which is cinnamon roll in my iced coffee this morning. Good morning, Teresa. She says I stayed up way too late last night too. Yeah, was it hard to get out of bed this morning? Yeah, miserable. Like, if it were not for having to do writing sprints with y'all, I'd still be in bed and I wouldn't be writing today. I would end up not writing. So I'm glad I'm here, but I'm just really, really wiped. Hey, Joe, how are you? I know you're Maria. I didn't know what you wanted me to call you since you're logging in as Joe. I'm just going to call you Joe. Good morning. It's so nice to have you with us in the writing sprint. How was your Thanksgiving? Your Thanksgiving was your release date. How did release date go for Lottie's Locket? I'm so excited for you. For those of you who don't know, Joe is Maria Johnson, one of our faithful friends of the podcast, and she had her latest book released on Thursday. Very exciting stuff. Book releases are always like nerve-wracking getting there, and then fun, and then yeah, fun. Like, I love book releases. I enjoy them. So 5 minutes to the next writing sprint. So let's chat it up, ladies and gentlemen, if you have something to share. How are you guys doing on your nano projects? I'm gonna say right now, I'm not winning. And no, I'm not. And like I said on Wednesday, last time I saw you guys for chatting, I still have the ability. I've done the math. I could win. I've written more words in a day than what are necessary. Like, I've won nano before where I had to write 10,000 words, between 7 and 10,000 words a day, and I did it. I'm just not gonna this year. I have way too much going on, and that's okay. Like, I'm really happy with the pace that the story's going. I don't want to rush it because some of it is still discovery as I'm doing it. I know the outline, I know where the story's going, I know the master story, but as I've been writing at the speed that I'm writing, I'm discovering things that I'm like, oh yeah, that's good. Story arc kind of things. I don't plot out my story arc. Some people do. I have an idea. I know ultimately the personality of my characters when we start, and I know where I want them to be, but generally I let God kind of lead me as I'm writing for that. Teresa says, the hope that you might be here got me moving. Aw, that's me too. I hope that you guys were here. It was one of those can't sleep because I'm afraid I'm going to oversleep things. Aw, yeah. Joe is fine. Good. That's what my oldest daughter's name is, but it's Joelle. But yes, Joe is fine. Nice to be here. Aw, thanks. Yeah, Lottie's Locket release went well. First time I did a Facebook Live. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Oh, I missed it. Darn it, I missed it. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back. Is it somewhere where I can go back and watch it? Which was a bit nervous, but it was fun. Now trying to find people interested in reviewing it. LOL. I know, girl. Oh, I know. Yeah, I totally forgot you guys were doing Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's. I wondered about that when you had your release. I knew I wasn't going to be able to show up for anything that you did, but I'm going to go back and look. Was it in your group or was it on your page? I'm interested to know because I'd love to go back and see how I did. I always do my launches virtually. My husband and I had talked about that when the fourth and last book of this series comes out, that maybe we would do an in-person one. It'd be kind of fun, I guess. But for me, I'm kind of like, this is how I was. Why would anybody want to come out and see me? Why would anybody want my autograph? But that's the whole imposter syndrome thing, right? Everyone feels that way about their writing when, in essence, like once you publish, you are now an author and there will be fans and people that want you to sign their books and I, so that's how it goes. All right. Joe says Nano is going well, having a go at a science fiction project at a science fiction project, almost at 46,000. So on track, hoping to get to 50K on money. That is awesome. Well, if you sprint with us today, you can get way closer. I mean, that's only 4,000. That's totally doable. And she says that the video is still on her Facebook page if you want to check it out. I know you can't put links in here, which is a bummer. If you want, share with us your Twitter, or I'm trying to figure out how you could share with us how to find it, where people that are maybe watching this would want to go. I can find it because I follow you on Facebook. So Teresa says, nice job. Like, very excited. Teresa's already won. Teresa is like, we're all chasing Teresa right now. She won, like, I don't know what, on the second day of November, something like that. Okay, not quite, but she did really well. Really exciting stuff. So, all right, guys, 1 minute till our sprint. I gotta get my timer all set up. If you are new to this with us, if you're just popping in, like, oh, what's going on over here? This is not a normal podcast, which we did not have yesterday. I'll talk about that later. But this is a writing sprint. This is National Novel Writing Month, and the way I do writing sprints are the Pomodoro method: 25 minutes of writing, 5-minute break, where you should get up and move around. And so I play a little bit of brainwave music, alpha wave, whatever you want to call it, binary beats in the background. And so it helps your brain to get going. So that's what we are doing here. We'd love for you to join us. And then during the break, we chat a little bit more. We share our numbers, how it did. I don't care if it was somebody, I think last week had like 40 something because of distractions or other things happening. I've had low numbers before because I've been editing when I shouldn't, and I end up taking words out. So okay, Maria says, okay, on Facebook, it is Maria Johnson author page. So just Google that. I mean, not Google that, search that in Facebook and you will find it. Handle on Twitter and IG is Maria J. Author, if anyone wants to connect. So yes, she says, Teresa, that is amazing. Congrats. No, yeah, it was the 19th that Teresa won. I knew it wasn't the second, but it was pretty darn close. It felt like the second to me. The person's not going to win. All right, guys, it's 8:30. Let's do this. All right. And I gotta share music the right way. 3, 2, 1, go. fun. How did y'all do? So for me, I had to reread what I had written because it's been a while. It's been since Wednesday. And I'm not sure how many words I got. I can check though really quick. 177. That's not a lot. I hate, but it's 177 more than I had before we started, right? So Teresa says her goal is to finish the novel. I think I'll get there. I'm about 4 chapters off. It's getting really fun to write again. Yeah, because you're getting towards the end. That is really fun. Last night I got a message from Jamie saying that she had just suggested to someone else, I don't know who, that they check out our episode on the Murky Middle. And so I started listening. She said it was a lot of fun re-listening to it, and I started listening to it. But yeah, you're past the Murky Middle, so now it's fun again. So I'm kind of in the Murky Middle now, but it's still fun. This is what I'm reading. So curious to see how many words y'all got. I'm out of coffee. I'm super sad. That's the end of my coffee for the morning. I could use some more today, but anyway, why is my phone so light? Okay, so yeah, Joe got 744. That's awesome. That's a good amount of writing. So that's what I've been, well, not 744. I've been getting around 600. So I left at 170 something. So we did not have a podcast yesterday. I'm part of the reason why we didn't. There was one of our members that wasn't feeling the greatest, and then my husband goes back to work on Monday. Praise God. I drove his car on Wednesday night, and it was all over the road. It was handling so terrible. So I'm like, we're taking it into the mechanic. Well, the plan was to drop it off and then come back, which I would be able to make the podcast, but I was going to be rushed. And I was a little nervous about that. And since we already have one person out, and we just decided it's the day after Thanksgiving, we're just going to take the day off. Well, thank goodness, because we got to the mechanic and we ended up having to go to 2 different places. Our mechanic's like, you need to go over here, get new tires. We went over, got new tires, and then we had to go get an alignment. And I didn't get home till like 3. So that would have been a nightmare if I'd had to like figure out how to get home and do the podcast while doing all that stuff with my husband too and getting his car taken care of. Teresa, 479. That is awesome. That is awesome. All right, we've got 2 more minutes to our next sprint. So, lovely ladies and gentlemen, what would you like to chat about? I'm so tired right now. I don't even know what to talk about. I've already talked about how we didn't have a podcast yesterday. Got my new tree. It's one of those that when you put it in, it automatically lights up. Like, it is awesome. It is so great. We brought it home and we set the bottom part down. My girls are like, "Oh, that's a pretty tree." And then we plugged it in, and there's like 2,000 lights on this. I've never seen a tree with this many lights. And then we put the second one in, and they're like, "Ooh, so exciting!" And if you've watched the podcast for more than a hot minute, you'll know that I am like the crazy Christmas lady of our group. And so this is very, very exciting for me. This was an early Christmas present for me to be able to have this really nice tree because we've been dealing with a crappy one for so long. So it's always a debate, right? Before or after Thanksgiving, I always November 1st put up all the Christmas decorations. I started putting them up. Problem is that we were in the middle of a move at that point. So not on schedule for myself the way I like to, but getting them up and there's just boxes everywhere. If you really want to see the nonsense that is my life, go to my story. No, go to the Christianity Writers podcast stories over on Instagram, and I give you a little bit of insight. That's just one room full of boxes and stuff. I also noticed that some of our pies from Thanksgiving are stacked on top of boxes. I don't know why that is. Joe says it's coming to 2 p.m. here. So I'm gonna go find some lunch. Nice to join you, Jen. It was nice to have you here, Joe. Oh, she says, and Teresa. I'm back tomorrow morning. Same time tomorrow morning and Monday. I'm doing this. I'll do my virtual church with my family afterwards. But it is 9:00. So here's our next sprint. Hopefully, I'll get more words now that I'm actually knowing where the chapter is going.
3, 2, 1, go.
At the Home Depot, Black Friday prices are here all season on appliances that give you the holiday help you need to celebrate wonderfully. Save on these Samsung laundry pairs. Appliance shopping improved. With the Home Depot, how doers get more done.
done. That like snuck up on me for sure. All right, how did you guys do that time? Let me do my math real quick. Better, I think. I'm so not going to meet my goal today. That's okay. $345. Not bad. That's better than what I did the first sprint, right? So Teresa says, I love the music you added to the images. Are you talking about this? This is not mine. This that I use. This is on YouTube. That's why I let the commercials run, because someone else has done this. I think that's great. I wouldn't know. I could do like a video with music in it, but I wouldn't know how to do the music and I wouldn't know how to put the binary beats in it. But if you're interested, I could send you the link so you can listen to it. But if you just type in binary beats music in YouTube, there'll be a whole bunch of them that come up. There are people that do it. They use it for studying and it works great for writing. So yeah. Mercy. So I'm not sure if I love what I'm writing right now, but again, murky middle. I'm right in the murky middle. That was before about my Instagram story. Oh, yeah. I had fun picking out those songs today. Yeah. Yeah. Again, if you haven't seen my Instagram story, you need to go check that out. Not mine, the Christian writers. I should have tagged myself so I could have shared them, but yeah. That was my morning in a nutshell with music and pictures. So, all right, Teresa, how did you do? We've lost Joe. I don't think anyone else is sprinting with us. I think it's just the two of us. Just the two of us. 763. What? That's awesome. Very, very impressive. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. You're welcome. You and I. I need more coffee. I meant to grab a water. I ran upstairs real quick at one point and I meant to grab a water and I forgot. I don't know what's going on with my bun today. So 1 minute till, gosh, already? I wonder if I got my timing off somehow. Anyways, 1 minute until the next sprint starts. I'll get the timer all set up. 2 more days of this. 2 more days and Nana will be over. I can't believe that we're already to that point right now. It just seems like Nano just started. Probably because I had so much going on this month. Like, yeah. So, what do you want to talk about, Teresa? Jamie's not here to chat up with me. Normally, I don't have trouble talking. I could talk to a brick wall. I have been like that my entire life. But today, I am off my game. I overslept. Couldn't find my laptop. I am tired because I stayed up too late last night. I mean, literally 8 o'clock at night, I want to be in bed. And it was like after 11 when I went to bed. And that is not good for me. Okay, here we go. Here's the next sprint. I think this might be my last one. Oh, Teresa says I'm excited. The drama in the scene just took me by surprise. Awesome.
2,
All right, see you in a minute.
Go.
done. That was better, I think. I was really starting to get into that. Really starting to get into that. So let me do the math on that. What? 675 words on that. That I'm happy with. That's what I'm like normally used to when I get to writing sprints. I just couldn't get into it this morning. Too much craziness this morning. So 675. And it's a good scene. And I'm ending at a point that I can't wait to get back to, which is perfect. Because I hate when that's kind of what my problem was this morning, I think, is that the last thing I wrote on Wednesday, I kind of finished it. So, but I wasn't sure if it was all finished, so I had to go back and read the chapters. That's why I've not really gotten into anything. Right now I'm at a point where it's like, oh, I can't wait to finish this chapter. So I'm going to wait for my next writing sprint time so that I come back all excited and ready to rock and roll. Hi, Cindy. Cindy says, morning, I got 198 jumping in the tail end of that sprint. Awesome. That's nice. Very, very cool. How did you do, Teresa? I got to clean something up, though, before I forget. So that I know. I threw something in here so that I knew where I was going to next, but I don't want when I read it again, I don't want to think that was done. It's not done. So if you've watched the podcast before, I put a bunch of X's, like large shifted X's in a row, like 7 or 8, so that it stands out. So I know I have to fix something there or whatever. Teresa got 644. That's awesome. Cindy says, I was late getting here because I was out with hubby for coffee. Aw, nice. And we were watching an otter playing at our cranberry bogs. Oh, that sounds so awesome. That's really cool. Unfortunately, though, Cindy, I'm done for the day. It's 10 o'clock. And I did miss a half an hour. I missed one sprint, but it's 10 o'clock and I have things to do with my family. So I got to get going. So, Cindy says I put 2 asterisks where I need to go back and fix. Yeah, it's the same concept, but I need it to be loud and in my face. So I do capital X's. So, yeah. All right. So I will be here tomorrow morning. If you guys want to keep sprinting, have at it. I hope you do. And maybe I'll get back to this later on today. But for now, I'm done. I'll be here tomorrow morning. I'm leaving my laptop here in this spot. So hopefully it won't get lost. And I'll be back here at 8 a.m. before church. We'll do 4 sprints tomorrow morning and then back on Monday. And then we'll get our final counts on Monday with each other. Cindy says, I came looking yesterday, sprint on my own. It's all good. Have a great weekend. Okay, so yesterday wouldn't have been sprinting anyway because yesterday was supposed to be the podcast. And I'll say, and we had a bunch of stuff happening. We had one member of the team that just wasn't feeling well. And then we had car problems that I had to get my husband's car to the mechanic and then pick him up. And it was just so much chaos. And it was the day after Thanksgiving. So we decided to give ourselves a break, give ourselves a long weekend. So Teresa says, I use XXX for names or words I can't think of. Same thing. Wherever I put a bunch of X's, it just means I have to go back and look at that. So exactly. Or if I'm typing and I know there's a word exactly that I want, but I can't think of it, I don't want to stop and no, just keep writing. I just put a bunch of X's and I come back. And usually when I come back to it later, it just comes to me. It's just there. So that's usually what happens for me. So, all right, ladies, you have a great weekend. And gentlemen, if there's any gentlemen in here, because not everybody's chatting. So, all right, we will see you guys tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Bye, everyone.